This is the Infatuasian podcast. Welcome back, everyone. So glad that you can join us. We're going to do a quick little update with our friend Cyclo-Tourist Sara Qiu. She'll be speaking to us from Turkey in a minute. But first, I wanted to do a little update since we haven't done an update in a while, and this episode is kind of short, so we have a little extra time here in the beginning. So I wanted to let you know what's going on with the podcast. So it's been about 18 months since we started this whole thing. Can you believe that? 18 months. I feel like time has really flown. I mean, that was 2021. We are almost finished with 2022. And it was interesting. I posted a couple episodes. I hope you had a chance to listen to them. I posted a couple of episodes, reposted a couple episodes over Thanksgiving. And it was kind of interesting to listen to those old ones. I mean, we're the same in so many ways, right? But the podcast sounded different to me. Most of 2022, we've been doing more interview styles. We kind of just shifted into that somehow. I don't really know how that happened, but in the first 6 months, we were just basically picking a different topic every week and just talking about it with different people. But then we started to do interviews, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed doing them, and trying to find new guests every week was always challenging and fun at the same time. But I kind of miss those topical ones. So I think we might be doing more of the topical ones, and those are fun. So send me any topics that you'd like us to talk about. We're going to do coming up, we're going to do one on ramen. I also want to do one on Asian fast food. So we have a couple different topics that I'm kicking around in my head right now. We're going to get those done, but we're also going to mix in a few interviews. So hopefully the mix will be good in your mind. Also, one idea I did have was to do more of these city episodes. You know how we kind of did one on New York with our friends Lingji and Emily. I was thinking about doing a couple other city ones since so many of you live all over this world. Some of them in America, but some of you live overseas too, which is really mind-blowing to me. Speaking of locations, I'm still blown away by how many different places our little podcast reaches. I mean, the top 3 countries for us are pretty obvious. Number 1, of course, is the US. Number 2 is Canada. Number 3 is Australia. All those kind of make sense, right? But do you want to guess what the number 4 country that listens to us the most is? All right, think about it. Are you thinking? Well, let me give you some hints. Well, 5th place is Singapore. Okay, and 6th place is the UK, and 7th is Hong Kong. But what is the country that listens to us, the 4th, I don't know how to say this. What is number 4 country in terms of downloads for our little podcast? It's the Netherlands. Interesting, right? Like, I know one listener in the Netherlands. She's written to us before. But there must be more of you than just one, right? So if you're in Amsterdam or The Hague, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Rotterdam, let me know. Also, Bahrain is in the top 10 for us. That's really cool. I don't know anyone in Bahrain. So if you're in Bahrain, let me know who you are. And just this month, we picked up a listener or two in Belgium and Serbia. You guys know who you are out there. So thanks so much for listening, but also let me know who you are. In the U.S., California by far is number 1. It's not even close. I mean, we are a California podcast, right? But coming in number 2 is Nevada. So hey, shout out to people in Reno and Las Vegas. Thanks for coming through for us. Illinois, you've been there since day 1. Thank you for listening wherever you are. Maybe Chicago, who knows? New York is there, Washington, Texas, a bunch of you in Hawaii. So thanks for listening out there on the islands. But yeah, drop us a line wherever you are. I'll read any email you send me. I'll read on the show one of these episodes. Plus, I swear I will not sell your information. I will not try to sell you anything. I just want to put a name to a location. So let us know who you are and where you are. You could also throw in your likes and dislikes for the show. Who knows? Maybe we'll make some changes based on your feedback. All right, well, that's about it for the updates. So thank you, everyone, for listening out there. Coming up in a minute is our follow-up chat with Sara Qiu. If you remember, we interviewed Sara back in June for episode number 38. And at that point, she was about 2 months into her journey. She is a cyclist, a cyclo-tourist from Zaragoza, Spain, who set out around April to cycle towards Asia. Yeah, it sounds pretty vague, right? Because she doesn't really have a final destination and not even a clear route. She's not sure exactly what country she's going to hit or what. She's kind of doing this, week to week, day by day, even picking routes and figuring out where she's going to go. So at the time, I had asked her to check back in when she crossed over into Turkey, which is basically a new continent, right? And she just did. About a month ago, she crossed over into Turkey, and so we caught up to her in Istanbul. So it was a real fun chat. We did it early in the morning, our time, because of the time difference. It was my first interview before work started. So the interview took place about a couple weeks ago. So she's still in Turkey, though. She's taking her time riding through Turkey, getting ready for winter, right, as things get a little colder. So she's super amazing. I mean, I think I would miss so much about home. Obviously, my family and friends would be number one, right? But I would miss my bed, my kitchen, my refrigerator full of food. I might even miss work. I mean, I like routine. I mean, for her, there really aren't any routines. I mean, she wakes up and she doesn't necessarily know what she's going to eat, where she's going to eat, where she's going to sleep that day. It's constantly problem solving and changing her plans as the day goes on. So I hope you enjoy this quick little chat we had with Sara a few weeks ago. And as usual, thanks for listening. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to a little update episode. If you guys remember, back in June, maybe late June, we had an episode with a cyclo-tourist, and she was riding her bicycle from Zaragoza, Spain, to somewhere in Asia. And so that was 2 months into her journey, but we're catching up with Sara, another 4 months later from there. Yeah. So welcome from Istanbul, Turkey, Sara Qiu. Welcome back, Sara.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah, thanks for checking in. We said we would check up with you when you hit Asia, so technically you're on the continent now.
Exactly.
What's the weather like in Turkey right now?
It's actually warm. I didn't expect it. We are in the middle, almost at the end of October, but the weather is not bad at all. It's near the sea, so maybe because of that.
Yeah. Are you anticipating it getting a lot colder in the next few months?
I'm trying to avoiding it by surrounding the coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty afraid of the height of the mountains, because I know that the climate is going to change a lot. So I will go toward the south through the coast.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let's take a little inventory. Last time we checked in on you, you were kind of at the end of Italy, and you were ready. Where were you ready to cross into? You were going into Slovenia?
Yeah, Slovenia was the next country after we talked.
Yeah, so that was thousands of kilometers ago.
Yeah, a lot of countries ago.
Yeah. So what are some of the bigger countries that you hit along the way?
So I was cycling through the Balkan regions, so Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Kosovo, North Macedonia, and they were all super amazing countries, actually very, very hospitable region. I really recommend to visit these places. And then it was the last country, Europe, Greece, and now Turkey. Yeah.
Wow. So lots of memories. If you guys want to catch up with Sara's a vlog, you can check her out at Journey from the Road on YouTube, as well as Instagram, and you can see lots of pictures, lots of families, lots of people, and so highly recommend checking out her channel. Let's see, about how many kilometers has that been?
So I'm now in 5,500, more or less.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I seem to notice that you seem to be taking, I don't know if this was the plan all along, but you seem to be taking 2 or 3 days in some of the bigger cities when you reach a point. How do you decide like when you're going to stop and how long you're going to stop? Do you just do week to week, or do you have a plan in your head?
I really don't have a plan, but in the third chapter of the journey, I think I might have a more a strict plan. Let's say I will explain the reasons afterwards. But until here, I think I stayed for a longer time in bigger cities or in the capital to visit some museums, to take a rest, and maybe do some work, and then just cycling through the villages and resting from time to time. Maybe every 3, 4 days or 5 days. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
depends of how I feel or the toughness of the road.
Do you let your body tell you?
Yeah. Now I'm knowing it more and more, so I should be able to predict, let's say. But
Mm-hmm.
until then, I couldn't exactly know.
Is it getting easier? Like, is your body adapted? It's been 6 months now. Is your body adapted, and can you muscle on a little more than you did at first?
I think so. So the road in all the Balkans, well, except Slovenia, but then from Croatia to North Macedonia was quite easy. It wasn't that hilly. And then North Macedonia was very mountainous, and Turkey is mountainous as well. I think,
Mm.
yeah, I should be stronger now because Turkey is quite challenging as well, and
Uh.
and yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
stronger little by little.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Now, are you still mixing up a little bit of wild camping, a little bit of warm showers, a little bit of apartments? How are you mixing up your housing?
Yeah, it depends of the country. It actually has changed a lot from last time we talked because in the Balkans there are very little warm showers. So
Mm.
from Croatia, I started to ask people in the villages if they know a place to sleep. So I've been doing that more frequently, and at the end it has become something I really enjoyed because, okay, yes, I have a place to sleep, but also the exchange you have, the time you share with them, and maybe the impact you create on them, it's fulfilling. You know that they are happy and they learn something and you learn something as well. So this is something really important in the journey, the families.
Yeah, yeah. No, those are fun. Those are the funnest videos for you. It seems like.
Good moments. Yeah, my good moments
Yeah,
are always with the families.
yeah. Well, let's talk about that. What are some of the ups and downs of the trip in the last couple months?
Mm, so there's been a lot. I don't know where to start. Let me
Yeah.
think.
Well, we can watch the YouTube, but yeah, it's off the top of your head. Are there
Yeah.
any good
So
ones?
so I have very good memories, a lot of apps. So every family I meet are very big up. But I think Kosovo has been special also for several reasons. So I met a family there which had a big impact on me. I don't know, their immediate hospitality, genuine, like pure hospitality they had
Mm-hmm.
on me.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, when I was ending cycling in Kosovo, I returned to their home, for spending a few more days. So I had many learnings with them. I have a full video of this family and the learning, so
Uh-huh.
people
Yeah.
may want to watch. And also Kosovo, I didn't know anything about this place, but then I arrived to the capital and I started to learn to inform myself better. And at the end, I feel like it's how to explain it, ignited a curiosity I didn't have before, to
Hmm.
inform myself of a situation of a country because they are in a kind of difficult situation,
Yeah.
Kosovo. So yes, it arose something inside me that I like to learn more deeper about the country and about the people. So
yeah. I think there's some scenery where you can see some things that are still left over from the war, and it wasn't that long ago. I mean, I'm old enough to remember that war, and that there's still a lot of remnants and scars and tension still. Yeah.
Yeah. In all the Balkan regions, you can see the scars, and above all, Serbia and Kosovo. Yes, it's more recent.
So what kind of challenges have you met so far? Has it been more physical challenge or more mental challenge? What sorts of things have made it difficult?
So lately, I think Greece was my journey in Greece was a bit different, because in all the Balkan region, so during 2 months or so, I was used to stay mainly or half of the time in families, and I don't know exactly why, but in Greece it was kind of difficult. So I spent cycling 2 weeks in Greece, from North Macedonia to Turkey, and I spent a lot of time alone, and it's harder than I thought. So many ups and downs when there are many downs above all, and it was hard mentally. I think it was hard, because it didn't really motivate me. It felt like cycling for cycling. That's it. But then I entered in Turkey, and the situation changed for the better. So.
Is there anything you do? Do you call home? Do you write to a friend? What sorts of things keep you going?
Yes, I mean, I try to do the things I do on my day-to-day. So reading or writing, this kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, I love cycling alone. But at the end of the day, I like to have some exchange, or, and the family was like super good with that. But no, in Greece, I like that, and it was a bit difficult. So I don't know. Maybe in the future it will change a little bit. So I like cycling alone, but I also would like to join for a few days, maybe someone that it's on the route. So I'm considering also these options. I like from time to time changing a little bit.
Yeah. We saw a couple partnerships along the way, but it's hard, right? Because everyone has their own pace and agenda and, goals. So it's tricky to find someone that aligns with you perfectly.
Exactly. And we have to find each other, like or cross each other, which is more difficult, or find ourselves through Instagram or something,
Yeah. That's kind of cool, though. And then do you have people writing you from different countries and cheering you on, from people that maybe you didn't know, but now they're fans of yours?
Yes. There's people cheering from a lot of countries. I think mainly in Spain, but there's also from the US, or even other cyclists. I have a lot of cycling people in the community. And from Turkey, or from the places I'm going, if you are able to say your route, which is a bit difficult to me, then people might show up.
Yeah. And what's the best way to reach you? Email, journeyfromtheroad@gmail.com.
Yeah, or Instagram, but I think it's easier for me to write, because at the moment not many people write me through email, so I don't have like a big inbox. So that could be an option, or Instagram, so private message.
How about food? How's been the food? Any memorable meals along the way?
I normally adapt to what the family is eating, or in the Balkans, I've eaten all kind of burek. So burek is like a specialty. It's a bit greasy. It's something from Turkey, and it can be filled with cheese or meat or spinach. So it's very good, but it's a bit greasy. And you find that in every part in the Balkan region. And I try to eat typical food or drink, like typical drink. So in Turkey is tea, is chai and Turkish coffee. And in all the Balkan regions, they drink the Turkish coffee. So I try to adapt.
Have you found any Chinese food along the way?
I have to make it myself sometimes, but it's okay.
How's the bike holding up? Any mechanical issues? What's your plan for if things break down? Are you pretty good at fixing things?
No, I'm not good at all. I had my first flat tire the day I crossed the border to Turkey. So I had 3 flat tires in 2 days. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Something happened, but people helped me, yeah, people help me. I have to learn. So I think I'm by seeing and trying, I'm learning, but the first times it's true that if people wouldn't help me, I would spend like 3 hours there trying to fix my tire.
Yeah. All right. So we're in Turkey, and what's the plan going forward? You can stay there a few more days in Istanbul, then stay in Turkey for a month or so?
Yeah, Turkey is huge. So I think I will spend 2 months, almost 3 months cycling until the end of December or the beginning of January. And then that's a good question. That's a good question. But I will have to better plan my route toward the Far East and maybe fix a destination for this 3rd chapter of the journey, Before it was easy because if you cannot go to this country, you go to another, it's Europe. You don't need a visa or something. But now that I'm reaching Asia, the land borders might be closed or the country is not open because of COVID so I will have to research better. I'll plan to do that like these days and maybe taking a small break in winter time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Okay. So, do you don't have to share it here, but do you kind of have a route in mind?
Central Asia. So it's an area, it's a region I really want to do. So winter time, it's a bit
really
tricky.
Cold, yeah.
So maybe March or beginning of March will be a good time to start cycling in Central Asia. So I still don't know how I'm gonna make the logistics because I have to leave Turkey in 3 months. The visa of Turkey lasts 3 months. So I will have to go somewhere, maybe by boat somewhere, or I have to take a plane with my bike. So I will let you know the logistics or where I'm hitting, or maybe I will fly back to Spain for winter break with my bike and then go back to the next country, fly back.
Yeah, it's getting tricky.
It's getting very tricky.
Yeah. Well, we're rooting for you. It's been fun following you. So I hope everyone out there is following along too. So I don't know, when should we update again? Yeah, maybe another 6 months. We'll see.
Yeah, in a few months when I'm in after cycling a few months in Central Asia.
Yeah, maybe. Well, you know where to reach us. So drop us a line. We're still old fashioned, so we still check our email.
Okay.
So you can email us. Let's see. I was gonna ask you a few quick questions, but I'm not sure if you can answer these. Well, we'll try. Favorite country so far?
I wouldn't say favorite, but more impactful. The country that has more impact on me, Kosovo.
Kosovo, yeah. Hardest mountain to climb?
That was Slovenia. That was Versich Pass.
Yeah. How many feet elevation was that?
1,600. Not that much, but it was my first 1,600. That's meters. Yeah.
Let's see. Again, I asked you this before, but what is your favorite piece of equipment that you're carrying with you?
I think right now is like an adapter of the tire to pump it with the with the car pumper.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the one. So you don't have to pump manually.
Yeah, you have a Presta tire, but then you have to use the other one.
Yeah, you can go to an oil station and just use what the car drivers use. It's much easier.
Anything you need to buy in the next couple weeks?
Mm,
We were talking about solar panels at one point. You haven't bought them yet?
No, I haven't bought them. Maybe in the future I will see.
Yeah.
No. I haven't
Yeah.
bought anything specific
Oh, wow.
until now. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually. So finances are working out still. Dependent a little more on apartments, but other than that, everything's working out.
Yeah. Everything is working out. I'm still worrying a little bit about the finances, but hopefully YouTube will come soon.
Yeah. And then we saw one episode, I forget the name of the city, where you had a little experience with racism, but overall, being Asian over there has been all right.
Yeah, overall it's been fine. I mean, I don't think they are racist, but it's just a bit shocking, because in that place there were very, very little Asians, and I might be the first one they see, maybe.
Yeah.
Because they also it's not easy for them to travel abroad. So yeah, that's two sides.
Yeah, when you're out of the tourist areas, there's not that many. Do you bump into folks from China or even Spain? Do you folks bump into other tourists along the way?
Yeah, I met some Spanish people, Spanish cyclists in Kosovo actually, and no more. So Chinese people, I didn't meet any actually, and then other people from Europe, other cyclists from Europe. Yeah, but not many. I don't cross that many people.
Yeah, well, you're probably gonna bump into more and more the further east you get.
Yeah. I hope so. Why not?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. So that's a quick little update with Sara. Hopefully, you guys can follow along and keep up with where she's going. It is super fun to see you grow as a person and see these new locations. In a way, it's definitely a trip of a lifetime. Yeah, it's something that you couldn't plan on in a way, huh?
Yeah. I'm learning a lot, like every month or even every week is a different challenge. There is the good side, so I think there are more good things than bad things. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah,
but there are many ups and downs on the day to day, and if you have many ups and downs every day, I don't know how good this could be for me. But I try to manage it. It's difficult to manage. The mental challenge is not easy sometimes, but I'm trying to work on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure to see you growing. So if you want to also follow Sara, you can follow her on Journey from the Road on YouTube or Instagram. And if you want to follow us, you know how to follow us. But until we talk to Sara again, we hope that everyone out there is healthy and happy and safe. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.